Hey everyone, in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to do a text stretch animation in After Effects. Let's jump into it. Have your composition ready, and then next, you create a new background by going to Layer and creating a new solid. Once you have your fixed color, the next step is choosing the text. I'm going to go with the impact font, which is quite simple and just straightforward. So once I got that, I'm going to make sure I align and make sure the text is in the middle of the composition. Then I'm going to click the text layer, right click and click on create and convert the text into shapes. This will allow us to separately, individually edit the letter. Click and select all the letter layers, then go up and click on the search icon and type path. This will reveal all the path layers within each layers. When you click on the path, it will reveal all the anchor points. Now click all the path layers and click and drag all the way to 1 second. Stopwatch all of those layers and then go back to the 0 second. And now you're going to edit each of the letters through editing those anchor points to give it that stretch effect. Click and highlight half the letter, and now you can stretch it down, and you just have to rinse and repeat within each letter. Alright, cool. Now we got the basic animation. The next step is now making that animation smoother. So click and highlight all those keyframes, easy ease, so the shortcut will be F9. Go onto the graph editor, and now you just smoothen it out. So each side you just go around 64%. So that's the speed rate, and there you go. You got a smoother animation. Just to make the animation a little more interesting, we're gonna make sure that we add offset. So we're gonna click on each letter of the keyframes, and we're gonna just drag it by 4 frames. Now you can see that the stretch animation are not happening at the same time. They're all kind of moving at its own timing. This is pretty much how you get that stretch animation. But I'm gonna continue by showing you guys how to actually loop the animation as well. So for this animation, you can see that at 0 second, it starts as it's fully stretched, and then towards the end, it goes back to normal. So for it to be looped, we wanna make sure that it goes from stretch to normal, normal to stretch. Click and highlight all the last keyframes and then paste them around 2 seconds. This is to ensure that the animation has a hold. This will be our starting stage of the loop. So go on 0 seconds, highlight all of those keyframes and paste that around 3 seconds. Now you got the loop, but there's no offset. So just like what we did previously, we're gonna make sure that each letter we move it by 4 frames at a time, just to ensure that they're not all moving at the same time. The interesting thing is that you can see in that timeline that all the keyframes almost makes like a V shape. That just tells you the positioning and the timing to achieve this animation. Once that's done, go into the graph editor again and easy ease all those keyframes for a smoother animation. Alright, I'm gonna do one more step by making this animation just a little bit better. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab a texture layered animation that I've saved into my file, click and drag that into the timeline. So as you can see, it has that paperish texture. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go onto that layer, click on mode, and you can either click screen or lighten. This will make sure that the texture blends in with the whole composition. And now it has a paper-like look to the animation. So the main steps of creating this animation is 1. Create the text and convert that into a shape layer. 2. Edit the path within each letter to create that stretch effect. 3. You're just gonna pretty much smoothen out those animations. And 4 is that extra mile of adding more details, such as adding an offset animation or adding just a texture to give it a different look. That's how you create a stretch animation. Hope you guys liked it, and see you on the next one.